against crime in the Montgomery area, and they're hoping to do it by localizing a well-known national program.
As a county commissioner and as president of the NAACP, I am very supportive of the gun buyback effort. We recognize that buying guns will not solve the problem in and of itself. We think, though, it is certainly one step among many steps that we can take in the community to try and get guns off the street.
Law enforcement officials have oftentimes played down gun buyback programs, citing that they're simply not effective. And although Montgomery police aren't for it, they're not necessarily against it.
This particular gun buyback program and most others, when somebody brings a weapon in, it's turned in, no questions asked, they give them their money and they're gone. Well, our problem is that we want to know if these weapons that are turned in, if they've been stolen. We also want to know if these weapons may have been used in a previous offense, such as an unsolved murder. The concern is this going to cause an increase in thefts of guns so they can be turned in and obtain the $50?
We're not going to even entertain nobody stealing a gun because we know there are too many loose guns that are being brought into this city, this state, and this nation that are not being stolen, that are being used.
Councilman Gilmore also says that if the program can save at least one person's life, then it's already been effective enough. But the idea of gun buybacks gets mixed reviews from the community.
I feel like they should buy them back. I mean, the guns are just laying around and they have no purpose, and this may take one gun may save one person's life.
No, I don't think the buyback program would be any real benefit. I don't think it's going to get the ones off the street that need to be taken off the street.
The gun buyback program will take place in about a week here at the Cleveland Court Community Center, where officials are hoping to collect a number of guns. And despite all of the what-ifs and if-thens about this issue, there's one thing for sure, and that is people are glad to see the community trying to do what it can to take that extra step to fight crime. Dee Dee Wright, TV8 News, Montgomery.
And Dee Dee tells us officials will pay $50.
TV8's Dee Dee Wright has the report on opening day.
Montgomery joined the ranks of other cities in Alabama and across the country in sponsoring its first ever gun buyback program.
I think the response is good. It shows that people are concerned about their community. They want safety. They want to live in the home without fear. And the only way we can do it is start a program where we can get the guns out of the hand of the young people.
Dickerson is one of several community leaders and church organizations united to help fight crime through this gun buyback program. It was held at the Cleveland Court Community Center, where several people decided to hand over their guns for whatever their reasons were.
The gun was just laying around at home, so this little buyback thing came out, so I just turned it in.
Because you never know when someone could break in and a child get a hold of it, and anything could happen. So we just decided to get rid of the gun.
Gun buyback supporters are pleased with the number of guns they collected today, but they say they could have gotten even more if the city had supported them the way other cities have supported similar programs.
We started in Huntsville by going to the police chief saying this is something that we'd like to do to try to call attention to the problem of violence. My concern is the message is missed here, because what you have here is an organization, a group, elected officials, churches that are saying we want to do something about crime, and then we've got a governmental agency that says, you know, we've got to do our job, and we've got some commitments that by law we have to enforce. And without those two mechanisms working together, I think you really lose a message.
Officials with the gun buyback program say despite the fact that they did not get the support from the city that they'd hoped for, it was still
West Baptist Church says so far the program has been successful, but it could be better. He says they'll continue buying guns until the money runs out.
We're trying to save the lives of some of our kids. And if we can save just one life, then we consider the program a success.
If you'd like to turn in a handgun, you can head to the Cleveland Court Community Center. They'll give you $50, no questions asked, handguns only. Well, still ahead, Rich Thomas has an update on the severe weather that's moving through the state of Alabama. He'll tell us more about that tornado.